All right, welcome back. We're going to be hopping into this game 4 between Staten Island and Birmingham Southern College. We saw Birmingham there with a nice win in the uplink, 6-2, able to keep this series alive, keep them in the upper bracket of our 8-team championship bracket for this college division. Of course, go to AVGL College for all the details. I think we might have the bracket posted or linked there, or you can always check the AVGL Twitter at AV Game League, and I'm sure there will be a link there somewhere, or maybe in the Twitch chat. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be hopping into this ban protect, and I'm going to say the same thing I said, last round for the uplink, even though Birmingham won that. I think maybe we should see another weapon ban, something other than the Shiva, obviously. Something like an M8. I think for me that would be the big ban, but it doesn't appear. We're already 3/4 of the way through this, and it's all just standard, normal stuff. The Afterburner ban is different, but expected for a game mode like CTF where movement and speed is so important. So Afterburner, of course, now these players boost, and in the same vein, Overdrive will get taken out, but without Afterburner, these players can't boost around the map as much. So still, nothing, no weapon bans, nothing like that coming out from Birmingham. After winning that uplink without it, I can see maybe why they would elect to, just stick with things. Like I said before the break, I actually do think Birmingham can take this because of how that uplink went, and CTF and uplink are, I'd say, the most similar of the four modes to each other, because they both have to do with pushing to your opponent's base. Obviously uplink is kind of like half CTF pretty much, but with how Birmingham Southern was able to just kind of completely outslay Staten Island and consistently get 2, 3, 4 down in CTF where the respawn timers are even longer, I think that's going to obviously play heavily into their favor, and I think they're going to bring this to a game 5. But Rejack picked up there by Nicholas for Staten Island. That is not something we've seen so far this series. Interesting idea. I can see, just trying to change it up, I guess, but also, you got to know when to use it. You got to know when the best time to use it, especially in CTF. In Search and Destroy, obviously it's insane because normally you just have one life, and having the ability to get back up after you are killed is completely game changing. I know I one time was in a 1v4 in an arena game, and I got the first 3 kills and managed to kill the 4th person, but didn't realize that they had rejack, and they just popped back up and killed me as I was going for the defuse, and it was round 11, and I was very excited, and then I got very angry. It was not great, but for CTF, I'm interested to see if he uses that, if he's the last player alive for a team, the last player on the defense, with Birmingham pushing into their base, and he gets taken out. If he has that rejack, try to use it to stop a pull from happening in the first place. Maybe we'll see Nicholas use that rejack on the overextend, on the OE, trying to, get some sneaky pulls or kind of play defense from their base, stop the flag cap as it comes in. I don't know. I'm very interested. That could be a big deal, or it could be completely useless. I mean, that's one of the things that there's really not going to be any middle ground. Not something like pretty much any of the other specialists where you could do okay with it, but it could have been better, it could have been worse. I don't really think that's the case with rejack. It's going to be either you just saved the team or you just wasted it. So who knows? Only time will tell. CTF on Evac is going to be our 4th map. Let's see if Birmingham is able to bring this to a game 5, or will Staten Island continue their winning streak and not drop a single series so far? Let's find out. Okay, here we go, getting into this game. Again, let's see, maybe if that Man of War is going to come out. That Man of War seemed to be very effective in that uplink. Of course, even though they lost, picked up a lot of kills with it. No, going back to the tried and true, 2 M8s. Oh, I'm sorry, is that only... Okay, sorry, 1 M8 and 3 VMPs. And similar things for Birmingham, but Sniper does pull out that HVK. I wonder what attachments he's running on that. Very interested to know. HVK is a gun that doesn't see a lot of play in competitive because it kind of just gets outclassed by every other gun. So I'm kind of curious why he decided to go with the HVK as opposed to something like the Man of War or an SMG with long barrel. I mean, because the HVK, as it goes for ARs, I think is the one you use in the closest range. So why don't you just run an SMG with long barrel or a more, the automatic ARs are certainly more reliable at close range compared to something like a burst, but who knows. Okay, wow. Carmine with a very sneaky pull, and it looks like it's almost all the oxen free here. I mean, not a lot of challenge here. This is very unexpected. This is not what you usually see from a capture the flag. You usually see, very calculated pulls, okay, we have 2, 3 down, let's go for it. But no, they just, Carmine just runs right up, the side of the map, grabs the flag, runs right back with pretty much no challenge at all. That was not what I was expecting. As I've said, Birmingham seems to have superior slaying power, but maybe that lack of objective control is how, that's going to manifest itself in this game, is by letting Staten Island get just a bunch of sneaky pulls. I mean, here we go, Carmine going for it again. There is finally a player watching him, but Waves will pick him up, and Waves is going to grab the flag now, trying to make this 2-0. And again, this entire side, this top side of the map on your minimap is pretty much open. Staten Island is slaying out Birmingham in a way I was not expecting from them. They want to end this now, but Clutch Eponymous will be able to get a flag pull of his own. He's rushing right towards his enemy, though. They are able to get that return, and I think this is going to be a counter cap for them, as Staten Island left respawning in their base. That will be a cap, making this 1-1 2 minutes in to this CTF match. Of course, Staten Island on match point here, hoping to move on to the upper bracket finals. Birmingham, of course, if they lose, not out of it yet. This is double elimination. They will move down to the losers bracket. So, of course, not the end of their road, but being in that upper bracket final is very, very nice. Nicholas last alive for his team, as Birmingham now looking to make another push. Clutch Eponymous 7-1. That is some solid kills from him. This is something we've seen from him in every single game. He has put up some very nice KD ratios, but again, kills are not everything. We are not playing Team Deathmatch. We are not playing Kill Confirmed, and it seems like there has definitely been some places where Birmingham's focus on kills might have cost them some key objective plays. They have all 4 specialists here, so again, if they use them together, it could be very easy for them to get a pull here. Clutch Eponymous, as the rest of his teammates go down, he is left to defend the base on his own, but Staten Island is still in their base, so he will not find much. His teammates will probably spawn up without any repercussions, without any recurse or problems there. He is going to find a player in front of him and to his right eventually. If he stays here, he's already fully streaked out and with a specialist, so he does not need to worry about, maintaining a streak or keeping his life or anything. And there you go for Staten Island. All of them are negative, 3 of them are negative or even, and yet, they are very much in this game objectively. They are consistently getting pulls, and they have, tied 1-1 in actual caps. So this is prime example of why slaying isn't everything. It's something that has been debated a lot in the COD community recently. Is there really an OVJ player anymore? Is that really a role that is even worth having? Because a lot of the teams we've seen succeed in the Pro League and other tournaments is teams like Optic, which are essentially made up of 4 slayers, 4 of the best slayers to ever play Call of Duty, and they don't really need an objective player because everyone's dead. But obviously it seems that, Birmingham might not have as much coordination. They are an amateur team here fighting toward this $5,000 scholarship prize pool here. 20 seconds left in the first round, still 1-1, and nothing will come out in these last 20 seconds. People just trying to stay alive, maybe keep some streaks up. Strauss is going to grab a pull, but just for the points really. If he can get a kill or two here though, he will have a streak, so maybe that's what he's going for. But it's going to be 1-1 at the end of this round. He is not fast enough, especially with Afterburner banned. But oh wow, okay, maybe actually with Afterburner he might have made that. He got that closer. He had some nice ledge slides there that I wasn't looking for, but that was close. He actually might have gotten that cap with Afterburner. So there you go. That Afterburner ban definitely playing a huge factor in stopping that, keeping this round tied as we head into our second side now. Staten Island, of course, looking to put this away, even though 5-7, 3-11, 7-8. It's really, the question of, is Staten Island's objective control just better, or is Birmingham slaying just not enough to carry them? And kills being traded now, 2 for each team, as we will have a bit of a standoff in the mid. Actually, both teams are going to be rushing up the opposite side of the map as each other. Gonna probably get a pull. No, Carmine will be able to get it, but players spawning up from Staten Island look like they were able to stop him momentarily, but not for long. That vision pulse goes out and will be able to stop the flag run barely, almost for a little bit, but now we are in a straight up flag standoff. Both teams have their enemy flag in their bases. This is no running. These teams are going to be playing hide and go seek with each other essentially for the next, who knows, could be a couple of minutes. It's all going to be a matter of who is able to break these defenses. I'm interested to see how these teams protect their flag carrier. Do they just keep one player? Oh, that RC car. That RC car is chasing after Carmine. It is chasing after him. No, actually drifts right off the side of the map. That could have been huge, but instead it ends up failing. This is going to be a little bit difficult. Carmine is going to have at least one player to kill. Oh, his teammate gets him, but he is able to take that out, picks up that kill, keeps this flag stalemate alive now, 30 seconds into it, and not a single flag carrier has died. You see here, Sniper is just pre-aiming. He is just sitting there letting his teammates handle the other lanes while he just watches that right side for anyone with that AR. If anyone comes near him, they are getting mowed down unless they get through his teammates first. Again, oh, Nicholas is able to get through though. Makes his way through the defense, is able to take that out. I was just about to switch to him, and he is able to take that out, and Staten Island takes the 2-1 lead now. 3 minutes left. That active camo was popped, but too little too late. So he already saw him and is able to take him out easily. Nicholas with another flag already right there. And this is going to be another cap. Oh, he does actually get, a little caught up there on the building there, but that is no issue. He will get that cap, and that is 2 very, very quick caps there for Staten Island. Halfway through the second round, they do have a 3-1 lead, looking to put this series away and move on. And look at that, yes, another pull. Oh, actually missed it there for a second. Another pull now. And, I mean, you see there, Birmingham isn't really reacting to the flag pull. You saw those red arrows on the mini-map. When that flag was pulled, they didn't turn around, really. Eventually, they changed direction. Oh, a huge 2-piece there from Carmine will mean this will be another flag cap. Probably no Sniper able to pull the enemy flag in that brouhaha, as it were. But, you saw from those red arrows there, as that flag was pulled by Carmine, they didn't really do anything about it. They didn't really change course that much. Eventually, they started moving towards the flag carrier, but they didn't immediately turn around and face the other way and try to stop it. It kind of seemed like maybe a lack of communication there, or some sort of breakdown, because if you're there and your flag gets pulled, you want to stop it right away, especially when you're already losing. And just like that, another kill now, another flag cap, there for Staten Island, 4-1. Carmine utilizes the Hellstorm, takes out both friend and foe there. 4-1 with a minute left. I do not see how they're going to be able to bring this back. Birmingham Southern here, I think this is going to be it for them. I think they will be moving down to our lower bracket as Staten Island moves up to our upper bracket final, maintaining their undefeated record. They did drop a map, but They will not drop a series, not yet at least. Definitely excited to see what these guys can do. And keep in mind, they're playing with a substitute. Slazer has been playing, as far as I know, all of their regular season matches, at least all the matches we've streamed. And instead, Waves is there substituting in for him, and I'd say holding down the position fairly well. And you got to think, if Staten Island's not even playing with their full roster and they are playing like this, it's got to be pretty scary if they get Slazer back. Yeah, 20 seconds left. Absolutely nothing they can do. Birmingham will drop to the lower bracket, and I think what they really need to do to make it further in this tournament is to work on their objective play. I mean, I've been saying it all series long. I sound like a broken record at this point, but I think it's very important because Birmingham, they have the slaying power. That is so obvious. You know, they have players dropping 50 bombs at hardpoint, and they have their players going positive, and pretty much, you know, most of their respawns, if you look here, they have a couple players who are positive even though they lost 4-1. Whereas on the Staten Island side, they only have one player who's positive. So it's obvious. Birmingham has very, very great slaying ability. I don't think anyone can dispute that, but simply put, their objective play as a team, and I think also as individuals, is lacking. It's lacking, and I think it's the cause of their downfall because, like I said, they have that raw gun skill, but it's the difference between micro and macro. And obviously their micro is very solid. Their micro is, I honestly think, one of the best that we've seen from teams so far in this tournament, just in terms of their slaying capability, but their macro play is not great at all, and it is definitely losing these losing them these games. In that CTF alone, they were giving up captures that were just random pulls. You know, if you're up 3-4 alive and the enemy pulls the flag, there really shouldn't be any reason they would be able to score, because you just turn around, pinch them, and there you go. You know, there's reasons why teams usually wait for 2 or 3 down before they actually even make a push for a flag, never mind actually a pull. But, you know, Staten Island was able to exploit that weakness in Birmingham Southern, and with that, they will move on to our upper bracket final, and Birmingham Southern will move down to the losers bracket. We'll be back soon with our next match. Stick around. Make sure you go to avglcollege.org for all the info, as well as follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/avgleague. Follow me, AV Game League, yes, sorry, and follow me on Twitter at DuckyCod. You know, I'm an amateur caster here. I'm trying to make my way into this business here. I'm grateful for AVGL for giving me this shot, and you know, I'd say it's going pretty well, especially with this solo cast here. But we will be right back with our match, so stick around. Do not go anywhere.